Okay, greetings and welcome everybody. Again, this is Dr. Barrett-Fox back with you. I just wanted to spend just a couple minutes walking you through what the expectations look like for Project 2. And so let me go ahead and bring this up. So Project 2 is in some ways it's sort of refreshingly simple, I hope. I think it should be a refreshing sort of a follow-up to the kind of complex first assignment that we did, which is this like rhetorical analysis. It's almost a choose your own adventure, right? Depending on where you click on the website. So what we're doing now is after we've kind of like bathed ourselves in the complex light of rhetoricity, that is, we're thinking about questions of audience, we're thinking about ethos, like how do we remain credible in different kinds of contexts. We're thinking about what constrains our ability to get certain kinds of things done. And so that kind of thinking is going to apply to this situation. And the situation feels simpler, and in some ways it is, but it's an important place to start for anybody who's practicing technical writing, because these are genres that you will absolutely have to master if you're going to be out in the world and getting jobs. And so we start with, for sort of our first tech writing, sort of our first foray into actually creating technical artifacts or technical genres. We are doing an outreach memo, outreach email memo, right? So it's an outreach email, but it's structured as a memo. And it's going to come along with a resume as well. So let me go ahead and walk you through this. So for this assignment, we're starting to practice the technical writing genres that you will use first in your lives. And this is, I think, chronologically true. This is the genre that you're going to probably need to use most of the time to start your interactions with clients or with potential employers. So chronologically, it comes first, but it's also going to be the genre that you have to, repeat, I don't know, hundreds of times in your career, maybe not hundreds of times. Certainly you'll write hundreds of memos in your career if you're in a technical writing kind of a situation. But these moments where you have to reach out and make an impression, right, on someone you want to collaborate with, a co-author, or in this case, a company, with whom you want to work, right? A company that you can see yourself as part of. And that's what we're practicing here. So hopefully, if you were struggling a little bit with the, kind of the far out nature of the rhetorical analysis, which I get, right? It's supposed to be a little bit of a, it's supposed to be kind of like welcome to this new paradigm, and it's complex. Now we're doing something a little bit more comforting in some ways, because these are genres that we're comfortable with. Nonetheless, as I said before, these are genres that are deeply important to practice. So they're the genre that you're going to use chronologically first, and they're ones you're going to use regularly as you move sort of out of school and into other jobs. So establishing contact with potential employers is a crucial, but it's a fraught step in the application process. The work of this project will help you practice and hone this genre, so you'll be prepared when the time comes in your own career to implement these practices. So though this assignment is going to be submitted in a Word document, this is a little clarification. It should be formatted as though you were sending an email that is structured as a memo with an attached resume. So it will be just a Word document with all the stuff in it that you upload. So don't let that confuse you too much. I would like you to pay really strict attention to the following format if possible. And let me say too, if you haven't watched the lecture video, please do watch it. I put a lot of time and a lot of care into those, and they are the necessary context. Both the readings that you're doing for this class and those lectures are the necessary context you need to be successful in these assignments. And so please do spend time with that if you haven't yet. All right, and so what does the outreach memo entail? And I spent time with this in the lecture as well. It entails a heading segment. So this is the to, from, date, and subject. And in this case, you're going to write it to me, and you're going to pretend like I'm the head of the organization you want a job in, or if I, maybe I'm the head of human resources or whatever. So you're writing it to me, and I'm acting as a pretend person in your real organization. The first section after that is the opening segment. This is a paragraph. It's not a very long section, but this is a crucial moment. In a proposal, you're going to have something similar to this that we call the executive statement. This isn't quite the same thing as an executive statement, but essentially an executive statement takes the whole scope of any project and smushes it down into one quick paragraph. So a really busy executive can just read that paragraph and know whether they want to sign off on something or not. That's kind of what the opening segment is here too. It really just kind of squishes it all down into one quick paragraph, and it gives the person a sense of what's happening next. So it's crucial for this assignment. And I really want to encourage you guys to think about your own career. Think about the places you want to work. It's crucial that you choose an organization that you know a good deal about. Perhaps even a place you actually would want to apply someday. That I really want to encourage. The subtext for what makes this assignment successful is a deep and nuanced sense of the following. One, the business's history and values. If you don't know that, you got to find out if you're going to do this assignment appropriately. Two, the particular work they're doing now that interests you. And three, the specific ways that you feel like you can be an important addition to this institution. So knowing the business well is critical to your ethos. It's critical to your believability. And it's a necessary but not sufficient condition to do well on this assignment. That is, you can't do well on this assignment if you don't know your business pretty well. But knowing your business pretty well is not a guarantee you're going to do great on this assignment, but it's critical. You have to know that information to move forward. So again, choose a context, choose a business that you're invested in, that you know about. Then you move to the outreach segment. This is a longer segment. This is the context here, right? Is to make yourself known to this potential employer, to make contact, to generate a meeting to discuss a job or an internship. And this outreach segment is where you are talking about a little bit about sort of more about who you are, what brought you here, and to give them a sense of sort of who they're dealing with. In the task segment, which is also a page, you need to explain both what it is that the organization does. It's useful to use a real organization here, as I said before, and preface how you would be a good fit in the organization, how you can help them uniquely if possible. Though that that gets extended in the discussion segment as well. So the first segment, the first outreach segment is about showing them who you are, right? Giving them a sense of who you are. The task segment is to tell them why you're writing to them, right? To give them a sense, oh, I'm here to apply for a job. And the discussion segment is about selling that, right? Why they should hire you. So why have you chosen this particular business? That is, you're talking about shared commitments or values. Look at your expertise. And talk extensively about your expertise, what you bring is the right factors of education, skills to help this partner meet its needs, and that you can articulate what its needs are. The discussion segment should also contain a sense of why this hire is timely, why it's important for them to hire you now. In the closing segment, explain the timeline of future engagements. So if the person reaches out to meet, please mark your availabilities here and make sure to double down on the shared goals and your unique abilities to meet these goals. So again, I want to go through this. So the outreach segment is them getting to know you. I have it here as making contact. It's getting them to know you. The task segment, right, is where you start to explain to them how you fit in to their goals. And the third the discussion segment, right, again, is the sell. This is where you're really selling. These are the skills I have to help you meet your goals. Let's see. And so the resume is going to consist of the following elements as well. And the resume will come after this particular document in the email. It's going to be your personal information. That is your name, address, etc. It's going to give the objective, right? An objective section. This is a short sentence that summarizes your goal for the job search. It's then going to have an education section, a work and related experience section, an awards and honors section, skills section, and a references section, and you can read more about these on your own. Just a note on the submission, Project 2 should be submitted, as I said a couple times now, as a Word document with the outreach memo coming first and the completed resume following second. I don't want two different documents, just include it all in one document. It should be one Word document, not two. And remember, as concision is a value in this class, please pay attention to the length limits of all sections. If you follow these, the final document should be between 5 and 7 pages. And let me say now too, there is one segment here that could be shorter, and I think it's the outreach segment, right? When you're telling them about yourself, you can go up to a page. It can be between a paragraph and a page, and so that one doesn't have to be so long. Once you've told them about yourself, then you're giving a sense of the history of the organization, its context, and why you're interested in it. I can't see that being less than a page or also the cell or the discussion segment as well. So I hope this is useful. This is absolutely, and I can promise you this, these are genres that are going to be important to you in the future, genres that are going to be important to you in the future. So what I'm going to do when I finish this up and make all this go live in just a minute or two is I'm going to send out an announcement letting everybody know that this exists. And I'm also going to go ahead and post my CV up on that announcement, just so everybody sees how I've enacted this for my own personal goals, keeping in mind, of course, that I'm an academic. I'm not in the business world. I'm a PhD in English. I'm a professor. So my target organizations are always universities and not businesses. So anyway, stay in touch if you have any questions. And thank you all so very much. It's been a pleasure so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the semester.